Finally, okay, letters to Miss A.O.C. A.O.C, Taylor Swift, hope you liked the previous letter. Taylor Swift literally just broke up with her boyfriend, like, yesterday. It just happened. J.A, Joe Alwyn, J.A, Justin Alvarez. I wrote a comment, if she ever knitted anything for him, she doesn't need to throw it out. Anyway, this one's specifically for Miss A.O.C. Hello, this is what I'm, just makeshift what I'm handing out. I've been handing these out to a lot of people. It's just to Google me, my name right there. It says what I'm working on. I've been making some of these. I already handed out like 100 of these, right? And I'm like talking to people. So this is the new book that I have, classic, some of my notes, you know, but originally I like the moleskin ones. This is everything I've been writing. Since I found out that Taylor Swift copied my published story, I've been writing in these moleskin notebooks. So like Melissa Villaseñor's poem is in this first one here. So it's like, it's just all kinds of, this is the first paper that I was hanging on to for sitting behind a desk. So I have like notes and whatnot. This is the second poetry writing thing that I had right there, that one right there. So these are all the books. I like the moleskin notebook. So like if, for instance, if AOC was in my office or I was in her office showing her all the cool stuff that I'm working on, just like I did with Kylie Cassiano, I'd be like, AOC, these are my books that I've been writing in. I like moleskin. It has this cool thing there, and you can put things in there's a little envelope. You know, I like them, you know what I mean? So, I didn't feel like, so I have another one. I mean, like, I go through these. I mean, I'm an industrious guy. Okay. Anyway, so the sun, I'm literally trying to, like, let there be light. You know what I mean? Okay, so Taylor Swift broke up with her boyfriend. Wow. You should watch Letters to Taylor Swift and AOC. It's on my Facebook page and YouTube page, if they're not shadow banning it on YouTube. But you have the link. The link is on my IMDb page and on my Facebook page. And so just click on that. Please send those out, please. So there's a lot going on. I mean, there really is here. I mean, it's just like they're trying to do whatever they can to just make sure I don't get paid for my own materials. And let me just mention a couple names. Jeremy Renner. The guy's in superhero movies, right? Spock. The guy who plays young Spock, right? I like girls, right? Because I posted something, I have a smile on my face talking to Natasha Lynn. Like, that's how we do things in America. And I went like that, and they're trying to say something about me because I had a smile on my face for like 2 seconds because I'm telling Natasha Lynn that I need to get paid for my materials. And they're like, oh, he's an actor because he has a smile on his face. Yeah, I'm an actor, but I'm also being serious. Like those 3 short films I did at the Beverly Hills Playhouse, after I was done filming them, I went into my apartment, which I had filmed it out in the driveway of my apartment. The one that's posted on my page, the one where I'm holding the sign. I literally went inside and, my roommate, Bob's like, oh, hey, Justin, did you get all the shots that you needed? Yeah, I did, Bob, thanks. Oh, what are you going to do tonight? I don't know, my girlfriend and I are going to make pasta. Oh, okay, cool, talk to you later, man. Let me know when you have a rough draft of your short film. Okay, cool. It's like, I'm an actor, but I'm also a human being and a person, right? It's like, I need to get paid for my materials regardless, right? They're trying to do, what kind of a person is he? Who does he like? What kind of people? I like girls. This is provable. Like, if somebody were watching me, they are. Almost every single pretty girl, and any girl that I think is attractive, I practically compliment her as I'm walking by her. I'm like, you're pretty. You're a pretty girl. Very pretty. You know what I mean? It's like, Jeremy Renner. Right? What's his orientation? He portrays superheroes in superhero movies, right? So it shouldn't matter. I like girls. I need to get paid for my materials. Right? It doesn't matter if I can scream right now as loud as I can and go like this. Right? The SAG logo. Smiley face, sad face. You know what I mean? It's like, I can do that like that. Right? I'm a trained actor, but I'm also a person and a human being, and I need to get paid for my materials that are being stolen from me. Anyway, so AOC, this is what I said. Here's some notes to AOC here first in this book. Well, this is the additional notes, and I'll read the letter that I'm going to write to her, and then I've already had a handwritten, but I need to recopy it so I can mail it to her. And it's going to be a handwritten letter. And I'm going to send her a copy to both of her offices. There's going to be a video of it. This is the video here. But so there's additional notes. Get me on SNL, AOC. You know what I mean? Or get me a desk or an office at SNL that I can be writing for SNL. You know what I mean? Or like she's in New York. She's a congressperson. She'd be like, that guy's super talented. You guys already have utilized and copied 4 of his short films. Like, hire that guy. Like, this isn't rocket science. I'm an American citizen. I went to New York for New Year's Eve 2000 at 17 years old. I went all by myself. New York City, New Year's Eve, 1999 to 2000. I went all by myself at 17 to see the ball drop. It was one of the best experiences of my life. I've had amazing experiences in New York, right? I went when I was in middle school twice. I would go when I was in college. I made a trailer for one of my short films that I was making, for a trailer that I was making in college. Right? I went to New York to film something on the subway and in Times Square, right? Anyway, and then you see the what do they call it? The naked cowboy, right? It's like, oh, that guy can do that, right? With playing his guitar, and he's on like buses now and vans, and he's a millionaire because he's an icon, right? You've seen him. Go to New York Times Square, you'll see him if he's still there. But it's like I just saw his image on a bus driving by. The guy's like selling merchandise now. Anyway, so help me get on so housekeeping, show journals. These are all the journals I've been working with and on. So there's like all the poems and everything that I've been doing on my Facebook page, IMDb. I have 350 images on my IMDb page now, right? Here you go. This is what somebody wrote to me that I have on there. You are an artist and a positive and energetic person, right? So that's my handwriting right there. And the guy was sitting across from me at coffee. I showed him what I was doing. I said, here, take a look at me when you can, right? And then he, after seeing my work, he says, you are an artist and positive, energetic person. And then there was the Jessica girl that said I looked like Brad Pitt and looked good in the suit. Thank you. And then there was I listed the quotes on there, so I'm doing it off of memory, and I got a lot of things in my mind. Anyway, the money quote: shouldn't it be this hard to make money in the entertainment industry, especially because my materials are already making other people money? It's like any single thing they have to say about me, it's kind of like, oh, and if you're trying to blackmail me for something, it's like, people lie. And what kind of people are those people, right? And what happens if that person is having personal relationships with a film and TV producer who's actively stealing my materials? No jury's going to buy that. They're going to be like, no. It's like, she's literally actively stealing his stuff. And, oh, of course she's going to say something bad about him because she wants his stuff, right? No jury's going to buy that. As soon as they're like, who's she dating? Who is she personally involved with? That person, like Halsey, so good, right? There's a film and TV creator that she meets at the craft service table, right? There's another one that I wrote down, right? It's like, oh, Saturday Night Live, Cecily Strong, like Beige College, the thing that they're doing, Saturday Night Live. It's kind of like, who's that guy? You know what I mean? It's like the people that they're portraying, that one of them's supposed to be me. They're talking about my materials behind my back in a very public way. It's like, I need to get paid for those materials. You know what I mean? It's like they're like using my materials and talking about me and my materials behind my back. So it's like Cecily Strong, SNL, Dinner with the Dean, right? It's like Halsey, so good. It's like, so as soon as they're like, no, okay, all right, let's talk. Who's the girl that's saying something about me, right? Which one is it, right? And it's like, oh, is she involved with the film and television producer utilizing my materials already? No jury's going to be like, yeah, we're going to side with her. Continue to rob that guy of his materials. No, they're not. They're going to be like, you're literally trying to rob that guy of his materials. Gold digger, right? It's kind of like, no, stop doing that to that guy, right? That's why they haven't come out and say anything yet, because if due process happens, it's going to expose what they're doing, and a jury is going to be like, they're robbing that guy. And she's an unsavory individual, an unsavory character. Anyway, so there's a lot that's happening, right? They're accusing me of like going this way, going that way. It's like, he likes this kind of person, he likes that kind of person. Oh, maybe he likes this. It's like, I need to get paid. I'm an American citizen. I'm going to clean this up for you guys right now. I'm an American citizen. I need to get paid for my work. Doesn't matter what my orientation is. I like girls, right? It's kind of like, and even if I didn't, Jeremy Renner says he's gay, and he has superhero role moves, right? The guy who plays Spock says he's gay, probably for career reasons, and he's plays Spock on Star Trek. So it doesn't really matter, right? Exactly. If I'm like, oh yeah, I decided I don't like girls anymore. I like girls, like, a lot. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm like a kid in the candy store when it comes to girls. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, oh, well, this, that, the other thing. It's kind of like, it doesn't matter. All I have to say is, Jeremy Renner, the guy who plays Spock, I need to get paid for my materials, right? Natasha Lyonne steals my materials, and I go like this. Oh my God, he doesn't like girls anymore because he has a smile on his face because he happened to match Natasha Lyonne's smile. It's like kid brain retarded. Anyway, I need to get paid for my materials, please. Anyway, so I got to transition here. This is going to be the letter to let there be light, and God is just shining this light on me. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm going to have to do another video to remake A.O.C's letter. It's just kind of like, God does not want me to do this letter right now. Anyway, so can I do that? All right, there we go. We got it. We got it right there. Bear with me here. This is why people do multiple takes, right? Anyway, I just need to get that off my chest because I need to get paid for my materials. That's what the story is. So, and they're trying to do whatever they can to make sure that I don't get paid for my materials. And as soon as it gets brought to the light of day, you're like, Jeremy Renner, Spock. I like girls. And even if I didn't like girls, Jeremy Renner and Spock, they say they don't like girls and they are millionaires. You know what I mean? It's like, so no, stop stealing from me. And this doesn't need to be this difficult because they're trying to figure out ways to continue to steal my materials. Right? I'm also a trained actor, world-class trained actor, right? It's kind of like SNL is copying my stuff. I could scream at the top of my lungs right now and it'd be like, oh my God, the 300, right? It's kind of like, they want me to be like, the entire time, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm a likable guy. People when they meet me on the street say, you're a likable guy. I'm just getting robbed. And every single thing that I do, I put a comma in the right or wrong place. They're like, get him, or like, robbing more. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's stupid. Anyway, geez. AOC, you got to help me out. I hope you guys liked the last video, the previous video that I did. With Taylor Swift, who just broke up with her boyfriend. That's awesome. You know what I mean? Email me. Is she going to email me, or is this like what's happening here? You know what I mean? It's like, of course she did it because of what I said, and eventually I'm going to get enough people on my page to be like, you guys need to stop doing that to that guy, right? Okay, so dear Miss A.O.C. Alexandria, I am getting mopped by those women. Those women are mopping the floor with me from one side of the country to the other, AOC. What does MA mean? M-A. Does it stand for Melissa Ann Villasenor? M-A, Melissa Ann. Ma, like mom. One who attempts to destroy and humiliate you while trying to make you a man. Is it Melissa Ann Villasenor? Am I supposed to be on SNL? I don't know, AOC. Before this whole charade, I'm going to calm down right now. Before this whole charade, I was in bed almost religiously at 10 p.m. each night, true story, in a quiet, sleepy beach town, riding my bike through idyllic countrysides and haunting woods on bike trails that spanned wide spaces of marshland on the way to the beach. Now I'm dealing with kindergarten-grade women who have been stealing my materials and likeness since I moved to Los Angeles and stayed in 2004, unlike Adam Driver, who turned around and went home. I like Adam Driver. You know what I mean? I think he's a great actor. The guy played Darth Vader on Star Wars. I just happened, if they're like, how is that guy who turned around and went home, supposedly a millionaire, and played Darth Vader, and I stayed in LA, and I'm going above and beyond what any normal person would have to do in any multiple lifespans? How is that guy Darth Vader, and I'm like still struggling? I should be Adam Driver level, right? It's kind of like, oh, Adam Driver, he's a billionaire. Save the billionaires. Oh, no, you protect Adam Driver, Darth Vader. You can't say anything about him. It's like, kill the person that's trying to, like, become a famous, successful actor that we're stealing his materials from. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure Adam Driver can take it. Then I'm like, oh, Adam Driver turned around and went home. And I bet if we actually ever had a coffee, he'd be like, yeah, you know, if I had to do it again, I'd probably try to stay for an additional week or something. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I probably should have tried to stay longer. He probably would say something like that now, right? But then he would also say, oh, but God had something else in store for me, and now, had I not done that, it's just a testament that if you believe in your dreams and you continue to be persistent, God will move mountains, you got to bring the shovel, right? And Adam Driver could or should say something like that, even if I'm like, yeah, whatever, Justin's obviously frustrated, I would be too, right? It's kind of like anybody's like, they're literally stealing that guy's stuff. He should have a franchise by now or something, or like at least be paid for his work that he's doing, his copyrighted photographs. Because his teacher said, as soon as you press down the shutter button on the camera, that image is copywritten. So they're literally stealing my stuff, right? So it's like Adam Driver could say, yeah, had I not had that experience, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I'm grateful for it, and somebody get Justin a job, right? I understand he's going through stressful times, and that guy's literally gone above and beyond with any normal person, more than any other. I'd love to I challenge anybody in the entertainment industry to say that they've had a more difficult experience than me, because I've heard people since I was 18 years old, their stories. Nobody has a more challenging experience than I do. Nobody. I challenge anybody to tell me that they've had a more challenging experience. Not only am I doing my own work, I have to chase down these criminal kindergarten people who run the entertainment industry to be like, stop stealing my stuff, right? Nobody else has had a more challenging experience than I have in the entire entertainment industry. I challenge you, I dare you, anybody. Here's my email address, matthewmarch011@gmail.com. Nobody, CAA, Endeavor, ICM, nobody has ever had, nobody, Martin Short, you know what I mean? It's like Chevy Chase. Nobody has ever had a more challenging experience ever than I had being an actor. Because they're literally stealing my stuff and they're making me fight for my life. Anyway. Alright. Back to the letter. This is a great segue. Ready? It could all be so simple, AOC. Poetry and babies holding majestic leaves from ancient majestic trees. Which reminds me, a poem that I started to write. I'd like to share it with you. It's called The Baby with the Leaf in His Hand by Justin M. Alvarez. And it goes a little something like this. I saw the baby with the leaf in his hand, and his mom, and the baby was wearing his hat and holding his leaf. Then his mom handed him a spoon, and the baby thought about it, and then took the spoon, with the lion emblem on his baby carriage. And I thought, I could be that kid's dad. And the crinkly leaf was in the baby's one hand, and the spoon his mom gave him was in the other. And his mother smiled at me when I waved to the baby with the lion emblem. It was a majestic leaf from a majestic land, and you waved at the baby through the window while he was holding the leaf, while his mom was taking a picture of the coffee menu on the glass window while her baby was holding a leaf. And the mom saw you wave at the baby through the window, and she smiled. Boom. That's what I have so far, Miss Alexandria. I will write you with the finished poem at a later date, The Baby with the Leaf in His Hand by Justin M. Alvarez. Anyway, AOC, I need a job. Like, if my materials are making other people money, I, Justin M. Alvarez, should also be making money off those materials. I wish there was an entity that I could write to express my grievances. Maybe you and I can figure out if such an entity exists. I think I'm writing to one right now. I am officially asking you out for a coffee, Miss AOC. I'm officially asking you out for a coffee. Maybe we could stroll through the Library of Congress. It'll be fun, whatever we do. If you'd like to meet me for a coffee, you have to write me back or email me or make me a video response and post it online to your Google page. You have to actually address the letter to Justin M. Alvarez. Let's meet for a coffee, AOC. I hope this letter finds you well, and I hope to hear from you and hope to see you soon. See also, I enclosed a signed copy of the poem I wrote for you titled Alexandria. Boom. Also, it says also. Alexandria, OCASIO-CORTEZ'S, 177 Dressier Loop, Room 3, Bronx, New York, 10475. Love those numbers. And also I'm going to send to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, U.S. House of Representatives, 250 Cannon House, Office Building, Washington, D.C., 205153214. To those two addresses right there. To Miss AOC, that's who I'm going to send this to. But they're never in D.C., you know what I mean? Like, I've just grown up as an American citizen, like, I'm pretty sure Congress people are almost never in D.C. They're there for, like, a month or two months out of the year, and then they, like, get summoned to, like, sign something, and they're like, oh, here's your $1 million, go home. You know what I mean? It's like, we'll call you if we need you. Anyway, prove me wrong, you know what I mean? Let's, like, let's meet for coffee, AOC. Okay, anyway, that's the letter. It's a bit of the poem, A Baby with a Leaf in His Hand. I had to get some stuff off my chest because I'm like, nobody else has to ever go through what I'm going through. You know what I mean? It's like, because of it's like, it's kid brain, and they're like, well, let's see what happens if we rip everything away from him that he's created over. It's like, let's see what kind of a person he is. If he's a nice person, if he's a mean person, if he's a funny person, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm all those things. I mean, so is everybody else in the world. If you rob them, they're going to be upset. If you compliment them, they're going to be happy. If somebody wins $1 million, they're going to be ecstatic. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not rocket science. Any person in America, if you're like, what do you think's going to happen if we destroy them? They're going to be upset. You know what I mean? It's like, what happens if we, like, try to trick them in something? They're going to be upset. I'm going to save you guys in Washington, D.C. and your think tanks $1 billion. They're going to be upset. or they're going to be happy. What do you think is going to happen if AOC emails him? He's going to be happy. What do you think happened if Cecily Strong's like, hey man, do you want an office in SNL and NYC so you can write your stuff and help us like come up with stuff? You know what I mean? It's like write things for us, take more photographs, give us ideas. Like, you know what I mean? Like, instead of you doing it remotely, like come have an office in our building. Like, that would be the American thing to do. All right, 20. All right, I'm finishing this up. It's another 20-minute thing. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching my stuff, guys. Taylor Swift broke up with her boyfriend. I mean, it's like they're all, regardless if that's a publicity thing or not, it's kind of like, it's awesome because it's literally something I said on my previous video. She should email me. You know what I mean? It's like, and no, I'm not acting that I think Taylor Swift's hot and I would marry her in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not an act. If Taylor Swift's like, Justin, come over here, I would run there. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm not acting because I had a smile on my face, because I matched my smile when I told Natasha Lyonne, like, stop stealing from me. And I was like, that's what we do in America. You know what I mean? I'm allowed to be a person. So if Taylor Swift broke up with her boyfriend because of what I said, because she wants, you know what I mean? Like, yes. The answer is yes. 21. Okay, so I'm finishing up now. So that's what that is. Cecily Strong, same thing. You know what I mean? It's like, she should have scooped me up when she had the opportunity, and I would still work at SNL in a heartbeat. It's like, because she can't stop thinking about herself for 2 seconds and be like, we're stealing from that guy. Justin is SNL and next level talented. It's like, that guy should have an office. You know what I mean? It's like, well, we need to figure out who he likes. Girls. We need to figure out what he is. A person, a United States citizen. I'm extremely talented. You can check my resume. I've been working on my craft since I was in high school. The NYC Rockefeller Christmas tree was picked from my hometown to help shine a light that they're literally stealing my materials, and I'm next level talented. So this shouldn't be this difficult. You know what I mean? It's like, it should be, I should have an office, and I should be working creatively and making money for my content that is already making people money, right? And if they're blackmailing me, it needs to stop, because there's a thing called due process, because girls lie. I can prove that 110%, right? So it's like, and also it's like, well, who's she involved with? Oh, a film and TV creator who's making billions of dollars off your materials. No, nobody's going to buy that. Oh, the girl that's now suddenly accusing you of something has been shacking up with a film and TV creator who's robbing you blind and has been for the past 20 years. No. Nobody in America or any other country in any other time and space is ever going to buy that. And that's why they're not like, yeah, we know. That's why we're not really saying anything, because as soon as you inspect it, as soon as you cross-examine it, it completely falls apart. Anyway, and they're like, no, yeah, we're robbing you. We're robbing that guy. Anyway, Miss AOC, email me, please. I'm going to write this letter. I'm going to do it today, and then tomorrow I'll have it in the mail. It's a wonderful letter, like I said, a bit of a poem, the baby with the leaf in his hand. I'm going to finish writing that. And who is it? Help me find out who it is. I'm like asking my country, a representative who's like, was elected. I talked to somebody, Susan H. She says she's going against what people voted her in for, because I showed the A.O.C. things to another person. She's going against what people voted her in for, Susan H. at the coffee shop. So it's like, I didn't write that up yet because I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. Unlike they're not doing it for me, right? I need a job, and I'm reaching out to my country, elected officials, to be like, help me get a job, help me solve this, right? Because it's like they're literally robbing me, and it's like, one way or another, we need to work this out so I can get paid for my materials that are being utilized. This is why there needs to be leadership, and I said that in Sitting Behind the Desk, Volume 1 in October of last year. There needs to be leadership. And I need to get paid for my materials, right? So it doesn't matter. They're like, oh, what? Jeremy Renner. Oh, shut up. You know what I mean? It's like the guy who played Spock on Star Trek. Oh, shut up. Never mind. It's kind of like they're just trying to steal my materials, AOC, and I need a job and I need to get paid for my materials. And I should have an office at SNL regardless, because they're stealing my materials, and I'm next level talented, and I come up and write content all the time. Every single day I write content. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's really good, and they know it, and they're stealing my stuff. Anyway, God bless you guys all. I'm literally handing this stuff out to people. I'm going to finish this up at 25 minutes. It's another 30 seconds. So it's just like, I'm grassroots right now, talking to people. I'm making videos. People are watching my content. I'm posting it up there. People are responding to me. So it's like God will move mountains, but you got to bring the shovel, right? So I'm bringing the shovel, and eventually, I'm going to prophecy for you, tool bags. Eventually, people are going to get on my side, and you're going to stop doing that to that guy, right? It's kind of like eventually, because God, I have faith, and God is on my side on this one. Eventually, it will get exposed. So the easiest thing for you guys to do is just somebody start talking to each other. Taylor Swift, Natasha Lyonne, Cecily Strong, Melissa Villaseñor, A.O.C. Start talking to people. We got to get that guy a job. Get that guy a job. Get that guy some money. We're stealing his stuff. You know what I mean? Because eventually, God, that internal voice, and it's not everybody, their conscience is like, you guys need to stop doing that to that guy, because you're literally robbing that guy, right? And if you think he doesn't like girls, it's like, well, neither does Jeremy Renner, and that guy plays superheroes, right? Anyway, I'm on dog watch right now. Okay, so that's it. That's what's happening right now. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and we just got to get this going, guys. Right? Eventually, it's gotta come to light, and I need a job. I should have an office in SNL, regardless of who I'm dating. Yeah, I mean, I need to get paid for my work, regardless of what that looks like. I need to get paid for my work. Okay, guys, thank you so much, Miss A.O.C. I'm gonna write this. I'm gonna do a final draft here. It's basically like it's in this book, and I'm going to handwrite it, handwrite it. I'm gonna mail it out to you, and then I hopefully we'll start getting some traction here, and like somebody can start talking to me in a real way, or Taylor Swift should email me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry that they had to break up. That was never a good thing if they actually were together in the first place. Like I said, they all lie. But like, that's regardless. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world when I saw that on my Google feed. I had to check it on somebody else's phone because they could all the powers that be could all just be playing a terrible trick on me, of which they would love to do because they don't want to pay me for my work that they're making money off of. Anyway, okay, guys, God bless, and that's going to come in at 27. Bye.